Hello dear learners, welcome again. In this video, I am going to discuss problems of agriculture marketing and the measures to remove the problem of agriculture marketing. What are the problems agriculture marketing faces in India that we are going to discuss in this video. So let us start. The problems of agriculture marketing. The first and the foremost problem is lack of output quality. The quality of agro products produced in India is not of world-class quality. Yes, there are many products which are of world-class quality, but majority of the agro products are of not world-class quality or high quality. But what are the reasons for the same? And because of lack of output quality, the products marketing faces a lot of problem. So the first reason for the lack of output quality is poor quality of seeds. The seeds which are used by the Indian farmers are of low quality, and we can say that they are not high yielding variety seeds or better quality seeds. So if you are sowing low quality seeds, the output will also be low. This is the first reason of low output quality. The second one is primitive methods of cultivation. The method of cultivation used by the Indian farmers are still primitive. Many farmers, millions of farmers, you can say, those marginal and small farmers still using primitive methods of cultivation, and since they are using primitive method, they could not get the better quality of output. The third reason is lack of pest and disease control measures. The farmers are unable to apply the pest and disease control measures. That may be because of ignorance, that may be because they are illiterate, or that may be because they don't have much money. That is another reason because of which the quality or output quality is low. Next reason is dependence on erratic monsoon. The Indian agriculture is highly dependent on monsoon or rain, and this is because the irrigation facility still is not up to the mark. Hardly 50% of the cultivable land have access to irrigation facility. Remaining 50% depends on rain. If monsoon is good, there will be good crop. If monsoon is not good, it is erratic monsoon, uncertain monsoon, so that year the product quality goes down, the amount of production also goes down. Next is lack of adequate storage facility to protect the crop from rain or rats. So if you have produced a product but you don't have the better storage facility, most of the farmers, as I told you, are small and marginal farmers. They don't have a storage facility, so they keep their produce outside open sky, and that leads to damage of the produce. The output are in the rain only, so the quality goes down and it is damaged by rats as well. So this is another reason of lack of output quality. The next reason is deliberate adulteration and dumping. Most of the time many farmers they deliberately, intentionally mix up the low quality goods in the high quality products. So because of this mixing, the quality of products goes down. You find at times in rice or wheat or grams, you will find stones or pebbles. That is because of adulteration. So all these reasons leads to lack of output quality, and when the quality of output is not good, you cannot brand it, you cannot market it properly. So this is the first and foremost reason or defects of agriculture marketing. Moving on to the second point, that is inadequate storage and warehousing facilities. As I told you, there is acute shortage of storage and warehousing facility. The storage is at a smaller level, warehousing is a big setup where tons of food grain can be stored, or at the warehousing facilities at an institutional level, whereas a storage facility may be at individual level, at farmers level. So there is acute shortage of storage as well as warehousing facilities, and this also create problem in the way of agro marketing. See, marketing requires time. You have to store your product, then you can market, you can find customers, you can properly pack it, and then you can sell it in the market. But if you don't have proper storage facility, warehousing facility, then the problem of agriculture marketing comes up. And you know that average Indian farmers does not have adequate storage facilities, and there is no satisfactory warehousing facilities in the market too. So for these two reasons, the farmer has to sell his produce immediately after the harvest, and he cannot wait to obtain better prices in the future. So because of all these reasons, the agriculture marketing problem occurs. Next is lack of adequate transport facilities. India's railroad network is grossly inadequate compared to its need. The condition in rural area is even worse. The road condition in rural areas are really very bad. Even the rich cultivators having surplus to dispose of and are often not interested in going to the mandis or the markets. Most rural roads are unmetalled road. They are unmetalled road, or they are not concrete road. So because of all these reasons, there is problem. There is a lack of all season road. During rainy season, you don't find roads in the rural areas, so it creates problem in the way of transporting the produce from rural area, from village, from the field to the market. So this also becomes one of the hurdles in the way of marketing the goods. Next point is long chain of intermediaries. See, between farmer and the mandi, there are several middlemen or dalals. The number of middlemen and intermediaries between the farmer and the final consumer of most agriculture commodities is very large. Therefore, the total margin going to the traders is quite a large part of the market price. Some of them, these dalals, hardly perform any economic function, but they take away larger share out of the produce of the farmer. So the farmer hardly gets anything compared to the effort put and expenses incurred. So this is another problem because of middlemen and dalals. The benefit, the profit of farmers goes down, and there is problem of agro marketing. Next is absence of grading. You hardly find grading of agro products. Yes, nowadays in the urban center, urban areas, you will find graded and packaged wheat, rice and pulses. Things are there now, but if you see in general pan India, you will find still there is absence of grading. There is a problem, though we have Agricultural Produce Act 1937, which was enacted by the Britishers itself, but their reach, the presence or implementation of this grading system is not effective. Though we have egg mark also, that is is agriculture marketing, which shows the quality of the product that we have. And this Agriculture Produce Act 1937 was amended in 1936 again. So this egg mark is given to the agro products. The quality certification is given by the certifying agency, that is Directorate of Marketing and Inspection, Government of India, and it is effective since 1937, and it was amended in 1986, as I told you. And this is the symbol used for the egg mark certification, which are there, but its use and implementation is not across the all agriculture products, and the intensity is also low, and mostly it is used by the big retailers, big businessmen. The next problem is lack of information. The market for agriculture products in India is not perfectly competitive, and in the sense that the farmers do not usually get adequate information about the price that prevail in the big and organized markets. So this information is a big issue. Why it is so? Because of lack of communication facilities. The information about market prices rarely reaches the farmers, and since most farmers are illiterate and ignorant, they take they sell their product at face value, whatever price prevailing in all parts of the market, local market, they sell it. Instead of lack of market information causes variation in market prices. Daily prices of some essential commodities are no doubt is announced in newspapers and on radios and televisions, but the reach is not to all farmers, and the farmers are also not bothering that much, or they, because of their ignorance or because of their illiteracy, and they could not access these information. So this is about lack of information creating hurdle in the way of agriculture marketing and selling of agro products. Next is unethical practices. There are many fraudulent practices in rural market. The entire method of transaction is against the interest of the farmer. In mandis, you will find the farmer has to approach a broker or dalal is there, or aratiyas are there, and they are unable to dispose of his product directly to the wholesalers. So these two intermediaries, dalals and aratiyas, they practice a lot of unfair means and to exploit the farmers. So although they act for both the buyers and sellers, these dalals and aratiyas act in between the farmers and the wholesalers, and they serve the interest of buyer more than the seller by forming collusion with the aratiyas, the local buyers, local wholesale buyers. Moreover, the false weights and measures are used, and unnecessary deduction is made from the quoted price on the pretension that his produce is of inferior quality, it is not of good quality, and they offer a very less price for this. Thus, the farmer is exploited in various ways, and the whole method of transaction is against the interest of the farmer. In short, you can say most transactions are unfair and unethical. The basic reason is because of the nexus between the wholesalers, big wholesalers, and these dalals and aratiyas. Next point is multiplicity of charges. There are so many charges involved. There are some legitimate charges such as commission, carriage, and weightman's charges. This is fine, no problem. But there are some illegitimate charges, extra charges for the aratiyas, buyers, servants, the person who is working for the aratiyas, and the apprentices working there. And there are a lot many charges for charity and religious festivals, all number of extra charges are there, and peasants are also to pay various indirect taxes such as octroi is there at the gate, a tax on the interstate movement of goods is there, terminal taxes are there, municipal tolls are there. So they're normally paid by the consumers because the demand for agriculture commodities is elastic, but in practice these are paid by the sellers, and the poor and helpless cultivators fall prey to all these practices and multiplicity of charges. Next problem in the way of agriculture marketing is lack of proper marketing facilities itself. There is a lack of marketing facility. It is not at the disposal of the farmers. One thing is that their produce is so small that they are unable to market it. They sell it then and there. So that is another problem. And even if they come together, the few farmers coming together, their produce is still small because most of the farmers are marginal and small farmers. So in very recent times, the quantum of marketed surplus has increased significantly in certain areas due to the spread of green revolution, but this has not been supported by a corresponding increase in market yards and other ancillary facilities. Those are there, and because of all this, the farmer has been the lone sufferer. The farmer suffers because of all these proper marketing facilities which are not being provided by the institutions, or you can call it the local government or the state governments. And the last point is debt obligation and distress sale. Because of debt, the farmers are always in debt, and they sell their goods out of distress because they have to pay off the debt which they have taken from the local money lenders. So finally the average farmer is almost always in debt, so he cannot wait after the harvest so as to obtain better prices in future. He has to make distress sales to the money lenders or the traders immediately after the harvest for clearing off his debt. So this weakens the position of the farmers. His condition deteriorates further when at a later date he has to make distress purchase from the open market by obtaining consumption loan. So the main point is that the farmer has to sell his produce at the wrong time, at a wrong place, and at an unfavorable price. As a result, his revenue falls. So these are some of the important reasons in relation to the problems of agriculture marketing. This is also called as defects of agriculture marketing. So what is the solution? What are the measures needed to remove the problems or defects of agriculture marketing? How we can remove it? So for all the above defects of India's agriculture marketing system, the farmer does not get a fair deal from the market. So however, his condition can be improved by removing the defects. And what are the measures which can be adopted? The first thing is the transport facilities. The transport facilities expansion is needed between village and mandis. If it is developed, this will connect the better transport system, that will develop the better transport facilities. And rural transport has been given emphasis in the 5-year plans, no doubt, and quite some progress has been made in this direction, but still a lot more to be done to improve the transport facilities from countryside to the big markets and the mandis. This is the first measure which should be taken up by the government. Next is storage facilities. The storage facility, this is an important element for agriculture marketing. An extension of a storage facility at the farmland and a storage and warehousing corporation with a view to constructing and managing a whole network of warehouses in all towns and mandis that is needed. The cooperative societies get necessary financial and technical assistance from the government for promoting warehouses in villages. So there is a need to develop these cooperative societies. Moreover, the National Cooperative Development Corporation has been set up for planning, promoting and financing the program of augmenting storage capacity of cooperative at various level. The storage capacity of 150 lakh ton had already been constructed in the cooperative sector by the end of March 2000, as against the capacity of only 8 lakh ton in 1960-61, and further the storage capacity increased to 169.58 lakh metric ton, comprising of 57,611 rural and 10,382 marketing godowns by the end of March 2019. So there is improvement, there is increase in the storage facility, but still that is not sufficient, keeping in view the size of our country and the number of farmers. It still needs to be increased. Next measure is credit facilities. Steps may be taken to provide cheap credit to farmers, especially from institutional sources like commercial banks and cooperative banks. Cooperative societies are providing credit facilities to farmers with a view to improving their economic condition, protecting them from the exploitative practices of village money lenders, and for helping them to get reasonable prices for their produce. So there is development, there is enhancement, inclusion of credit facility happening, but still I would say there is lot more to be done. The expansion is needed in the credit facilities. Cooperative societies inclusiveness, the benefit of cooperative societies should reach to the marginal and the small farmers, so that their products can also be marketed properly. They can also develop the staying capacity of their produce, and they do not fall a prey to distress sale. So this is the third important measure. Next measure is cooperative marketing societies. There is a need to set up cooperative marketing societies. As I told you, the farmers are small and marginal, so if they come together, they can they develop their strength, and their produce size will also go up. So in this direction also some progress has been achieved. In India, the cooperative marketing structure consisted of more than 7,000 cooperative marketing societies during 1999-2000, covering all important agricultural markets in the country. The total value of agricultural produce marketed by this cooperative amounted to 22,500 crores in 1999-2000, as against 169 crores only in 1960-61. So this is the fourth point. Next point is expansion of market yards. There is a need to expand the market yard. There is a need to develop market yards in each and every city and town. This is a vital necessity. This must be supported by a corresponding expansion of ancillary facilities in the various existing markets, and setting up new markets and market yards for handling the significant increase in market arrivals, the commodities which are coming to the market, particularly in those areas where green revolution has occurred. For example, Punjab, Haryana and Uttar Pradesh, western Uttar Pradesh, where the produce size are very large and significant, so that will help handling the big quantity at the market yards if the market yards are expanded and developed. The next point is regulated markets. See, there is a need to control the market, regulate the market to remove those unethical practices and multiplicity of charges. So regulated markets may be established with a view to eliminating unhealthy and unethical trade practices and reducing various marketing charges which are imposed on the farmers, so that these poor small cultivators, farmers, may be benefited and they should get benefit of the agriculture marketing. Though very recently numerous regulated markets have been set up in various states to safeguard the interest of farmers, but still that is not sufficient. So there is a need to increase the reach of this regulation, and it should be expanded all across the country so that the benefit should reach to each and every small farmers, and the problem of agriculture marketing can be easily tackled and handled. So this is all about problems of agriculture marketing and the measures to remove it. Thank you so much. Don't forget to give your comments and feedback.